today we're talking about Hu Tao Ascension and Talent Ascension. Okay, for Hu Tao, we'll start off with the boss mats. You are going to need 1 silver, 9 fragments, 9 chunks, and 6 of the yellow version of this material. You can get it from the Pyro Regisvine or the Pyro Hypostasis, or you can craft it if you have enough of the other mats. You're going to need 18 Whooper Flower Nectars, 30 Shimmering Nectars, and 36 Energy Nectars. You're going to need to farm the Juvenile Jade Chunks. You'll need 46 of those. You're also going to need 168 of these Silk Flowers. In total, for leveling alone, you're going to need 420,000 Mora. As far as talents go, we're going to need 9 of the Teachings of Diligence, 63 of the Guides to Diligence, and 114 of the Purple Rarity of these books. The weekly boss mat you're going to need for Hu Tao is the Shard of Foul Legacy. You're going to need 18 of these. You're also going to need to farm more Whooper Flowers. You're going to need 18 more of the Nectars, 66 more of the Shimmering Nectars, and 93 more of the Energy Nectars. You're also going to need 3 crowns if you wish to crown her. Raising all abilities up to max level 10 is going to cost 4.9 million Mora. So be careful with your spending. As far as where you find all of these items, Silk Flowers can be found here in Leeway. As you see here. You can also get Glazed Lilies for Ningguang if you have currently picked her up or already have her. So you get 2 per bush, as you have seen. This is the path I usually take. Get some Glazed Lilies on the way. Another Glazed Lily is over here if you need it. And the last little area for Silk Flowers is right here in Leeway. I'm going to go ahead and grab more of these other materials. You can skip forward if you don't care. Boom, more Glazed Lilies. The second part you can farm Silk Flowers is over here by Wangshu Inn. You're going to want to come over facing this bridge, jump down. They're going to be a little bit more past this bridge. Over by the marsh, you can find 4 more. 2 here, and 2 over there. Grab this mint. Alright, that is all the Silk Flowers you can find in the open world. There is 2 more other spots you can get the Silk Flowers from, just in case you're building a Xingqiu. You can buy them from this lady over in the inn. You can only buy, I believe it's 5 a day, but you come down here, Silk Flowers. Costs 5,000 for all 5. But bam, you can easily buy them all. So now that you're in your Serena Teapot, I know mine isn't really built because I do not do this activity that often. You're going to want to go to the Realm Depot. You're going to go to the Creatures of the Realm Silk Flower Seeds. You can only get 5 of them a week, so I would buy them. If you need any other materials, they're also here. Now, depending on what material you buy is depending of which field you need to buy. I would recommend getting all the fields you can, because you'll be able to grow a lot more crops that way. After you've gotten all of your stuff planted, you come over here. You can plant your sunflowers. They take 2 days to grow. And then you'll have 2 in each sector, making a total of 8. As for whooper flowers, if you are not aware, you can pull up the scroll wheel, go to the adventure book, which is here, go to enemies, go to easy. Second one, whooper flower. This is what we need for Hu Tao. Come on over, follow the guide. It'll waypoint it every single time. You'll come over. Go ahead and kill the whooper flower. I wish I have brought and gone you, but you know. Doesn't really matter what you use to kill it. Boom, it drops your nectars. They don't get frozen, that's a pain. And then as you see, the next area for the whooper flowers has been marked. So just follow this around until you get all the materials for the day. They respawn every 11 hours. I highly recommend bringing a water character. If you have Tartaglia, congratulations. I do not have him. I'd say I'm a light spender. I've spent around 200 on the game entirely. And yes, I did buy the Engulfing Lightning. Was it worth it? Probably not. But Raiden's one of my favorite characters. If you didn't see by my Primo Gems earlier, I've been saving for Hu Tao. So hopefully I can roll her. I will be making a video on that when she comes out November 3rd. Yeah, if you didn't know, she comes out November 3rd. Everyone hates Barbara, but she's really good for doing this. And I like her as a character. I even 90'd her. So you kill the Pyro Resivine and he'll drop your materials. Next boss for the Jade Chunks, this old dinosaur guy down here, you're going to need a shield. So bring someone like Diona, Zhongli, even Noelle, because everyone should have her. I'm going to use... I know my team isn't really built, I don't really have much to work with. Ooh, actually, let's do this. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, you can make alternate parties. In case you need multiple teams for one for exploring and gathering materials. While I'm making my way over here, I hope everyone's had a great day, and I hope your summons have been going very well. Unfortunately, unless you use a teleporter item, you're gonna have to walk all this way. It really sucks, but I'd recommend just waiting out the timer for a boss respawn and then just sitting here. So, he'll show up. I know this says it does damage, but it really doesn't. Don't worry about it. Wait from the roar, pop your abilities that you want to start with. Now, you're about to see why my Zhongli isn't exactly the oh no. Okay, my Zhongli isn't exactly the strongest. You'll see his meatball. Just like nothing. Now, Eula is a really strong character. If you didn't get to pick her up the first time, I hope if you want her, you get her the second time, whenever she comes back out. Assuming she's coming back out like around 3.0 area, which I know seems really far. But it is what it is. I like to get my ult. There we go. Now Eula's ult, every time you hit, you see the sword getting bigger and bigger, and you spam your elemental attack. Boom. There we go. Also, if anyone wants to know any builds I'm running, let me know. I'm sure to explain my builds. My builds aren't exactly the best, but I mean, do what I can. Boom. Dino's dead. He can randomly drop any of the boss materials. As you see here, he was red, so he will drop the fire materials. So we'll pick that up, but I do not have enough resin, as you can see. But he's what drops the jade chunks on my world tier, which I'm AR 55. He only drops around 3 of them, which is really bad, and you need 46 of them, so you're gonna have to farm a ton. The other boss you can farm for the materials, the fire cube over in Inazuma. Unfortunately, he is by far the worst boss to fight in this game, hands down. So Xingqiu I wouldn't recommend here. Elemental doesn't come back fast enough. Barbara's all elemental water, and then just have a heavy hitter like Gonyu. If you are free to play, I recommend building a Kaya. He's really good for this. If you happen to have a Sucrose, yes, she's overpowered as heck for that. She's my only animo character, and I have not built her. Why? I have no clue. Probably because I'm more worried about Hu Tao, but it is what it is. If you're currently trying to beat Spiral Abyss, I highly recommend bringing a Hu Tao if you do not have a heavy hitter for your second team, if you're saving for her, which I assume you are if you're watching this video. Turns into a bull, turns into a fish. This is why this boss sucks. He just moves so much. My shield's already gone. Even though my Zhongli's at 34k, doesn't matter. As you see, when he does fall, he's very weak. However, unfortunately, I couldn't beat him in the first phase. He's the worst boss. I do not recommend fighting him at all. Unless you have Yoimiya and you need her mats, then yeah, it's fine. Other than that, the only other thing you really need to farm is Child, sadly. I'd recommend doing it on the highest tier difficulty you can. If you do it on Shadow 1, you will not get the items you need. So Shadow 2 and higher. You're looking for these, the Shards of a Foul Legacy. It's gonna be really annoying because you're gonna need 18 of them. Other than that, that is all you need to know for Hu Tao. So, I'm going to go over her artifacts. So, currently, if you're more of a free-to-play like I am, you know, I say free-to-play and then you look at this, and it's like, wow, I really, don't, I'll give you advice right now. Do not summon on the weapon banner. The weapon banner is such a scam. I'll tell you how much of a scam it is. I got raided first multi because it was my hard pity that I had saved up and I really wanted to raid it. So I got her first multi. I had, what was it? 10,000 primos. In those 10,000 primos, I got Aquila Favonius. And then I got the Unforged. And I was tracked for Engulfing Lightning. Then I spent another 50 bucks to get Engulfing Lightning. I do not recommend going for a weapon unless it's your favorite character, like some people will be doing with Hu Tao and Staff of Homa. As all of us have learned from Tectone, do not summon for weapons unless you really, really, really like the character. Anyway, for Hu Tao, yeah, I know I'm looking at Amber. Amber is currently holding it. I do not have the best artifacts. However, this is what you want to roll for. So, your Witch's Blaze, or whatever 4 sets that you're going to want to run 4-piece Crimson Witch. So whichever 4 pieces you want, you're going to want crit rate, crit damage, and elemental. I go for energy recharge, but it doesn't really matter because I can't get perfect artifacts. I mean, nobody can. I mean, well, some people can, but those people are the luckiest people in the world. Anyway, you're going to want crit rate, crit damage for the flower. You can also get energy recharged, and sometimes people say HP is good for Hu Tao because her ability takes her HP away. So if you want to build Hu Tao, and if you get HP artifacts and they have crit rate or crit damage, don't throw them away, use them. Wing, you obviously can't change the attack stat. Like I said, attack, crit damage, crit rate, or HP. For the sands, you are going to want either attack, energy recharge, That's basically it. I'm literally only using the defense one because it's the only Crimson Witch one I have. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it's rolled double HP and crit rate. With the Goblet, you're gonna want Pyro. My Goblet's Blizzard Strayer, which sucks because it's not helping my Crimson Witch in any way, but it does somewhat work out. You're gonna want crit rate, crit damage, attack. That's if you can get a God Roll artifact, which you're not. So, like mine, crit damage, attack, HP. It's terrible. It's not terrible, but it's not good. This is my most embarrassing piece I have ever had. For the hat, you're going to want either crit rate or crit damage depending on what your weapon is. Hu Tao and what constellation you're going for. I'm going for a C0 Hu Tao, so I want more crit rate, but I also want a lot of crit damage. So it's kind of an issue. I'd personally go for a crit damage hat with a crit rate substat. Now you could be different and want crit rate and then all your other artifacts have crit damage, which would be fine. Because a maxed out crit rate helm gives 31%. That's a lot of percentage. Now as for her weapon, if you luckily rolled Dragon's Bane, you're going to want to use this. This thing's really good. If you don't mind spending 10 bucks, however, and farming up the battle pass, if you go all the way here, tier 50, you get to, or not tier 50, my bad. I haven't bought the battle pass in forever. Is it tier? Yeah, it's tier 30. So if you get to tier 30 and you buy it, remember it costs $10 USD. Or if you want to skip, 20 bucks. I mean, personally, that looks pretty nice, but I ain't buying it. Anyway, if you buy the battle pass, deathmatch, thing's really good for Hu Tao. If you're a whale, Staff of Homa. I mean, this is how you're gonna build her. Anyways, that is all for my Hu Tao build. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have a fantastic day and weekend and year. I hope you all pull all the characters you want,